A year used to feel enormous. Think back. A single summer as a child could feel like an entire era. The school year stretched out like a continent. The wait between birthdays was almost unbearable. Time moved slowly, thickly, like honey. Now blink, and it's December again. You feel it, don't you? The years are getting shorter. The months slip past before you've noticed them. You say, "Where did the time go?" more often than you'd like to admit. And the older you get, the faster the whole thing seems to spin. The easy answer is that you're just busy. Adult life is full, the calendar is crowded, time flies when you're occupied. That's what people say. But the real answer is far stranger. Because time isn't speeding up at all. Your brain is quietly changing how it builds the past. Let's start with a number. When you are 10 years old, 1 year is 10% of your entire life. It is a vast, significant chunk of everything you have ever experienced. But when you are 50, that same year is just 2% of your life. The year hasn't shrunk. Your sense of scale has. This idea has a name. It's called the proportional theory, first proposed by the philosopher Paul Janet in the 19th century. Each new year is measured against all the years that came before it. And as that pile of years grows taller, every new one feels smaller by comparison. A year to a child is forever. A year to an adult is a footnote. But that's only part of the story, and it's not even the most interesting part. To understand the rest, you have to understand how your brain actually keeps time, because it doesn't have a clock. It has no internal stopwatch ticking away in the background. Instead, your brain estimates how much time has passed by counting something else entirely. It counts memories. Specifically, it counts new ones. Novel experiences. The first time you do something, see something, feel something. Your brain treats these moments as landmarks, and it lays them down in dense, vivid detail. When you look back, the stretch of time packed with new memories feels long, because there is simply more of it to remember. Now think about what your life looked like when you were young. Almost everything was new. The first day of school, the first time you rode a bike, the first kiss, the first heartbreak, the first time you stayed out past dark. Your childhood and your 20s were a flood of firsts, and your brain recorded every one of them in high resolution. That's why those years feel so enormous when you look back. They are crowded with landmarks. The neuroscientist David Eagleman demonstrated this directly. He found that when people experience something genuinely new or frightening, their brains record the moment in far richer detail, and afterward they swear the event lasted longer than it actually did. More memory means more perceived time. Novelty literally stretches the clock. But here is what happens as you age. Your life becomes routine. You wake up at the same time. You take the same route to work. You see the same faces, eat the same meals, follow the same patterns you settled into years ago. And your brain, efficient as ever, stops recording the details. Why would it bother? It has seen all this before. So whole weeks pass without laying down a single vivid memory. Think about your last ordinary Tuesday. Can you remember it? Probably not. Your brain compressed it, filed it under same as usual, and threw away the details. And when you look back on a month or a year, built mostly of these compressed, forgettable days, it feels like almost nothing happened. So it feels like it passed in an instant. This is the cruel trick. The more familiar your life becomes, the less of it your brain bothers to save. And the less it saves, the faster time appears to vanish behind you. Does that unsettle you? It should. But it should also tell you something important. Something you can actually use. Because if novelty is what stretches time, then you are not powerless here. You are not simply strapped to a clock that spins faster every year. The speed of your life is, to a surprising degree, in your hands. Consider why holidays feel so long. Why a single week in a foreign country can feel longer than 2 months back home. It's not magic. It's density. A trip is wall-to-wall with new sights, new sounds, new streets, new flavors. Your brain, overwhelmed with novelty, records everything. And when you return, that 1 week feels enormous in your memory, while the months that followed it have already blurred together. The psychologist Claudia Hammond, who has studied the human experience of time, calls this the holiday paradox. In the moment, A packed and exciting trip seems to fly by, but afterward, in memory, it expands because of how many new things you crammed into it. Time felt fast while you lived it, and slow when you looked back. The two are not the same thing, and your brain runs both clocks at once. So here is the strange and hopeful truth buried inside all of this. You cannot add years to your life by force, but you can make the years you have feel fuller, longer, more like the endless summers of your childhood. And the way to do it is not to slow down. It's to stop letting your life run on autopilot. Break the routine. Take the unfamiliar road home. Learn the thing you've been putting off. Go to the place you've never been. Say yes to the experience that makes you slightly nervous. Every genuinely new moment is another landmark your brain will lay down in vivid detail. Another marker in the stretch of your life that says something happened here. The people who feel like they've lived a long, rich life are rarely the ones who lived the most years. They are the ones who collected the most firsts. So pay attention to this. The reason time felt infinite when you were young was not because you had more of it. It's because all of it was new. The world was an unending stream of things you'd never seen before, and your brain treated each one like it mattered. It still can. A year used to feel enormous, and the secret is, it still can. But only if you refuse to let it become just another year you forget. If you want to know why your brain forces you to like sad music, click this video. I will see you there. Till then, hold your time.